Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy back again, also known as CR, like it says on your screen. And welcome to this special edition of Combination Mode on a TGIF. And thank goodness it's fun with Combination Mode. Now, this stream/replay is going to be a fun exercise activity of taking some random stuff and seeing what you could possibly create with it. Now, I'm no expert in survivalism, bushcrafting, making, even me, or preparedness. However, I am the one that puts that knowledge gained into something better, as like many others create something better starting today. So join CR and let's create and combine, build, make things together. I'll need some people in, but the rules are very simple. Only use the item stated and only the certain tool provided for each round to create or potentially create whatever you can. Think outside the box. And I see Matthew's in here and Rita and Compound Family Compound. Boom! CR's in the house. Let me just bring up my sidechain here. Alright, I got the sidechain up. Man City. What is up, everyone? Tammy. Hi, everyone. I know. It's time for this. It's time for this. So basically, this is a fun type of exercise of thinking through putting things together. Not actually putting it together, because some of the stuff takes like, minutes to hours to put together, for example. But I guess we'll see. Hi, Sassy Gal. Did I miss anything? Oh, you need to get some more rest to have your stream, right? So yes. All right, so I'm gonna go for an example here, just to set the stage here. So basically, the side chat dictates what the items are. Just be very specific as possible, limited to generally one item. I'll take one from each person, for example. Then I'll throw in a random tool. It could be any type of tool. It could be scissors. Could be a multi-tool. Could be a saw, an axe, etc. And basically, during that round, when you're using those items stated for that round, what can you do with that? How can you put it together? How can you combine it together and make something that seems like 1 + 1 = 11? So who's ready to start round 1 of this? And by the way, I'm going for a long period of time, so we're gonna have some TGIF. Thank goodness it's fun. Oh, and Van City, I got the coffee. Don't worry. So who's ready? While I wait for the chat here, let me make sure I got some. I got some stage props in the back, of course. And I seem to have forgotten a few things, but that's okay. We get together. Oh, look who it is! It's Puppy Breath. Hello, puppy. Hi. The first thing I saw was, glad you have your coffee. Then I saw the CR. Hey, Gray. That's with an A, by the way. Cool. So who's ready? I know, puppy. I know you know what's going down. You've been here before for this. For the rest of you, All right. I got it in the side chat right here. You should be able to see that. So round 1, state an item, 1 per channel. Try to be specific. We'll try. While I randomly get a tool for this round. That's awesome, Rita. That's awesome. So, like I said, it can be any items. It doesn't even matter. It could be a pencil. Could be a pen. Could be this very, very thin sewing needle. Could be this random pen that doesn't even have ink in it. Hi, Cecilia. Oh, of course. Van City's like, coffee cup, CR. Yeah. Of course. All right. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I know you guys are all saying hi. It's all good. So let's see. We got coffee cup. We got a coffee cup. We got a chip bag. Let me see here. I don't have I thought might have had a chip bag nearby, but we all know what a chip bag is. All right, so I got 2 items from Van City and from Sasia. I need 3 more items from the side chat. Remember, I have slow mo on for this. About 3 seconds. So, still waiting for an item. Puppy. Gray. I know you guys are in here, Tammy. Appreciate that, Man City. Large binder clip, which I actually have nearby. Of course I got one. Once I undo the little knot that I have in here. Well, okay, I got one. I got one nearby. I'm just trying to undo the cordage I have in here. I don't know about that, Wes. I'm trying to get into this route. Maybe I'll consider it later, Wes. What's up, Wes? We got a binder clip, coffee cup. So let me just type this down for everyone here, so you guys can see that in the side chat. Okay, so coffee cup, chip bag, large binder clip, and we got a sandwich bag from Puppy Bear. I need 1 more item. No. Okay, Wes. Let's produce something in. Okay, all right. So I got the items listed. So we got a coffee cup, chip bag, large binder clip, rubber band. Let's just say rubber bands in general, and a sandwich bag. One of the smaller ones. We're not talking about the gallon size, but I just happen to have one of these nearby. And for the tool for this round, just to make it more interesting, we'll go easy. We'll go with a multi-tool. Something that maybe has pliers, maybe a cutting tool in here, a file, the standard Phillips flathead screwdrivers, and maybe I don't have a saw on this one, but maybe a file. So, let me hear in the side chat here. What could you do with those items? With a multi-tool similar to this, not including the carabiner, but what could you do with that? So let's consider a few things here. If you had that in any given situation, what could you do with it? Well, first and foremost, I see containers in this list already, right? A coffee cup, a chip bag, a sandwich bag. If you got enough rubber bands, there's some cordage right there to a certain degree. So you got some containers in there. Of course, they got CR in it. Cecilia, this is a fun. It's almost see. Albert Einstein was famous for the thought experiment. This is just like an experiment in terms of thinking of things. Just the items on B, and I just randomly chose the multi-tool. What could you do with those items that I stated earlier in the chat a few minutes ago? A coffee cup, chip bag, orange binder clip, rubber band, and a sandwich bag. And we'll just say rubber bands, and let's just assume this coffee cup is like a coffee mug that you might drink, a ceramic one that has a handle, for example. And the chip bag, we'll just, an average size chip bag, for example. And the large binder clip, well, I just happen to have that right here. So what can you do with those items, combine them together, and what could you actually potentially get out of that or make out of that? And let's see if you can relate it into things that are needed at times in general, preparedness, or if you were out in the middle of nowhere or something like that, and you happen to find these items and you just happen to have the multi-tool. And nothing else that you had on you was available for whatever reason. Yes, it's a make a game or create. Okay, let's see what we got here now. Make a water pre-filter. Maybe. Yeah, you might be able to do it. I guess with a sandwich bag. Let's see. Solar distiller for water. It's possible. I guess it's possible. And you got that chip bag, so it's got Mylar on the inside of it, so it's highly reflective. So you could potentially bounce more light or more sunlight into it, more heat into the still. Okay. Well, hopefully you can use that multi-tool, Wes, and create something later on. But sometimes these rounds these can be more challenging. They're not as straightforward as you think, because obviously we're just randomly putting items together and trying to see, can you actually make something in theory, for example. Next round, right? And Puppy Bro? Puppy Bro. Yeah, you are Vancity, yeah. Right, Wes? Yeah. Now, let's see here. Thinking of what... I should have pinned I should have pinned it on... Yeah. There we go. Yeah, let me pin it on the screen. There we go. I'll pin it on the screen for us. So let's see here. Now, no one's already said this before, but assuming we can find water. Now, we have containers to store this water, potentially. Now, coffee mug is a ceramic coffee mug with a handle. We can put water in there. It's not safe yet, for example. But we could store it in there, put the chip bag, probably the chip bag over top, use the rubber band to keep it like a lid so we can move with that water, for example. And that bag, which I'm using this gallon size bag as an example, but obviously it would be a little bit smaller sandwich bag. But if the bag was clear and relatively in good shape, if it was sunny up, which it's not today, apparently here, you could make use something for make something out of that for solar ignition. With water, with clear water. You'll need clear water. You could do it with other things, but it's not as good because solar ignition with a water lens works better when liquid's clear, not yellow or dark brown. Yeah, probably less effective. So you could, I'm thinking, I don't think you can actually. Could you actually pasteurize or boil water with a ceramic mug? Maybe. You would need another container though. That's the thing. Almost similar to like using hot rocks to boil water, for example. Well, I guess we're gonna call Angus over, hey? Right, Gray? Right, Gil? Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. So those were my. There we go. There you go. Right, right, puppy. Anyway, so let's see here. That chip bag. It is reflective, as many of us are aware. When you look inside a chip bag, most of them have mylar or aluminum uh, fused in the layers of the plastic. Or I'm pretty sure it's a plastic layer, then the aluminum layer, then there's a clear plastic layer. So mylar and such. So you could use that reflectiveness for signaling purposes if you were in that type of situation where you're lost or something like that, and you found a chip bag randomly. Hypothetically speaking, you could actually use it for signaling purposes, mark your path, and so forth. You do have a container. If it was sunny, you have solar ignition, which is possible if you can find the water to put in that baggie. You have rubber bands. So, rubber bands are similar to Ranger bands, bicycle inner tube. I guess you could burn that, but you would probably need a flame, but it'd probably be more of a flame extender because you would still have to, because we don't have matches, anything that will generate sparks or a flame source like a lighter or matches. So you're gonna blow a tinder bundle, hopefully using your multi-tool, like shavings, process it, increase the surface area and stuff like that, and make a tinder or bird's nest, and try to use solar ignition to ignite that into a flame and use a rubber band if you had to as a flame extender, for example. Actually, that reminds me, puppy breath. That's if the chips were in there. Now, if the chips are in there, technically you can use that as a flame extender too, because it's got oils and such in it. I think some work better than others, so it would depend. But potentially, if you had that, it's a source of energy. Let's just say. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. I guess we're stretching it a little depending on your area. If you could see what Wes said in there, let me just put that in there. Pick them all, yeah. Make music while you're making music with the chip. Okay. Maybe that'll pick up your morale. Right? Make some noise. And the rubber band, yeah. If you had enough rubber bands, you can make a little musical instrument. We do have a multi-tool in this round. So, like I said, we got a cutting tool in here, and pliers, stuff like that. So you could, and a pen. We do have a measuring thing on this. So, okay. Now I'm thinking here. There is one more thing that's possible. And we do have a way to hang it, string it up. I was thinking of solar pasteurization using UV light, actual kind, to disinfect or pasteurize the water, but that takes time, and generally with good sunlight. So it's possible you could, in this, with this, solar ignition, solar solar pasteurize the water with sun's UV light. Although that takes like at least 6 to 8 hours. We do have a reflector, so that's handy, and we can pour the contents into the chip mug or the mug, or the coffee mug in this case. And of course, like usual, because that's a ceramic mug, you can also sharpen up your cutting tool with it, and I should say, touch up your cutting tool with it, because the ceramic is gonna be harder than the steel, depending on the steel type. The softer the steel, it'll be faster, but the harder the steel, it'll take a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, Wes. Okay. All right. You guys enjoyed that little warm up? Because it's gonna be time for round 2, another round. So the next round is starting right now. Round 2 of this. So let me pop that on the screen here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the warm up. And like I said, I do have slow mo on for about 3 seconds, and I do have the chat replay available for this. So next round, items are needed. Once again. Yes, Tammy, that banjo. Let me scroll back up. I'm not sure why that's. Not sure why I don't see it in there. That's okay. All right, we got one here from Gil here from Korea. He's also runs the compound channel. Okay, cheater reading glasses. Let me see if I'll give you that first one first. All right. Because I'm trying to allow everyone to participate. Each person. All right. All right. I got 3 items right now. While you guys are throwing in something here, I'm gonna see if I can find something really similar to this, so you can kind of get that idea. Hold on. All right. I got 1 items. I had to go get it out from a certain spot. So I'm still waiting for 2 more items, 2 more random items here. And like I said, it could be anything. Well, virtually anything, I should say. Virtually anything. I might take up your second option right there, Gil. So I'll throw in compounds. clothespin in there, as I do have one nearby. I should have one nearby. Yeah, I do have one nearby. Okay, got that nearby. All right, I need one more item. One more item, side chat. One more item. So open up your eyes and see what's around you. What could be? What? Just name one item randomly. It doesn't really matter, but you know what I mean. While you guys are thinking about that, I appreciate everyone dropping by for this combination mode, where we get to. It's almost like an experiment, a thought experiment. That was famously done by like Albert Einstein, and we're just mentally going through this exercise, a fun exercise. I'm putting stuff together randomly. Now, obviously, it takes time to put something together. This is why I'm not actually doing it, but we're going through the process of it. Obviously, when you're actually doing it, you would think about this while you're doing it or beforehand anyway, so we're considering the options out there. Let's see what's available. Because you never know what is possible with items until you start adding something else in, and it just makes it so 1 + 1 = 11, for example. All right. Okay, Wes. Okay, hold your horses there. Okay, I think I got something nearby. I thought I had something nearby. Well, hold on a sec. I should have. Yeah. All right, I got some of these items nearby. Hey, Gray, how's it going? Gray 1107, by the way. So I'll make sure I say the whole channel name, so since I have multiple people in here. All right. So for this round here, let me just. What's up, LA Prepper? What are we building? Actually, LAP. This is like an experiment, like a thought experiment. Where what could you? I've listed items already for this round. Let me just see here. So those items on screen right now. What if you only had those items? And I'll go back to this multi-tool again. And this tool, those items, and this multi-tool, what could you possibly could create out of it? Out of that could be useful. If you had these items randomly in your survival kit or you found them, what could you use them for? You know, to acquire like water, shelter, ways to make combustion or fire, ways to signal and stuff like that, or something useful as in, using a nail to hang something, for example. So this is just a fun exercise of what you can do with this kind of stuff, because we have lots of resources out there. There's a lot of resources. There's a lot of resources out there in the environment, in our homes, in the urban, suburban, and rural area. But what can we really do with this? Because honestly, we're just picking 5 items. But how much can we do with just 5 items, for example? So it's a way of thinking through the process and seeing, what is possible? Some rounds are going to be harder than others, but some sky's the limit when it comes to it. So let me see here. Yeah. See, now LA Prepper is getting the hang of it. Now, see, this is why I do this mode. Because, this is exactly how I see things when I'm putting stuff together. And, sometimes I'm just considering, like, what characteristics does this one item have? Could I use it somewhere? Can I change it? Morph it or change it up into something else that could be useful with tools that I do have, whatever it is. All right. Now, so we got a multi-tool. I was dropping multi-tool. Cheater glasses, reading glasses, something like that. Let's see. We got shoelace. I just randomly have a shoelace right here. By the way, so we'll just consider that you got two, just because we'll consider two shoelaces. Just one pair. So two laces for each foot. Wire hanger. I gotta remember. I gotta search. I gotta remember what that is now. All this terminology here. I gotta remember what I'm looking at. Because I'm thinking of a clothes hanger. That's why I know I have to search it. Yeah. A clothes hanger. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I knew it. So clothes hanger, wire hanger. And we also got some sports tape. I got hockey tape right here. We'll just consider, let's say, half a roll. We'll be generous for this round. What can you do with this? So I want to see what you guys can think of before I start saying things. And let's just see what people have been writing. LAP. Yeah. Just in case, right? Just in case. For an emergency situation, right? Right. Yeah. We got cordage, right? We got some cordage. Now the length of shoelace is not just on the pen, the size of the shoe, really. Let's see. Actually, I'm not. Oops. Look that up. Screen. Actually, no. Leave that up on screen for. Come on. There it is. Scroll down to the bottom here. All right. So let's go on here. The skies, maybe. Is it possible that we can do like a Clark Kent type of thing? And not. Who knows? Right? Maybe. I guess if you had longer hair, I guess. Oh yeah. I guess you could tie your hair with this. It is cordage after all. Wes. Okay. So we're gonna have solar ignition with those cheater glasses and such. Is it possible? It is possible, but I think you're gonna need both lenses. And you're probably gonna need pretty good sun for that. Like clear skies, bright clear skies, and probably during the afternoon time. Because I actually tried this the other day, and it was more difficult than it looked. So it could vary. It is possible. I know that it's possible. Okay, and we got tape and wire would make a frog gig. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. You got the prongs, just like a fork. Well, let me put this up, tie it together. We do have a multi-tool for this round, so we could potentially get a stick or find a stick and such. And we can process some material for fire, for example. Let's see here. Bow drill. All right, now okay. So that's a bushcrafting more kind of thing. Now I've tried bow drill before. It's very it requires a lot of energy. Let's just say, especially if you're doing this without using some sort of like bearing or a more poor bearing block at the top. So apply pressure from the top, spin it like the bow, and you got your spindle and you got your heart board at the bottom and such. So yes, it is possible. But it's gonna be very energetic, and you're gonna need a lot of energy for that. Okay, Wes. Now where is my? Well, I got a pin right here. A close pin right here. Is it possible to get a hook out of this? we do have a multi-tool. Remember, we do have pliers with multi-tools, so you could spin that. You find a rock or cement or something like that and make an edge. And some of them have barbs on it, so if you're actually using that, you don't have to yank it right out because there's no barbs to hold it in. You know, if we were lucky and that random shoelace you found was paracord, well, obviously then you could do a lot more. But not in this case. This is just normal shoelace that has one bit, has an outer sheath. Excuse me, and the inside of it is just one piece. Is it possible? I don't know. Maybe. I say maybe. Let's see, what else do we got here? Let's see. What? Okay. Tammy, yeah. Some sort of deadfall trap. Okay. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I can see that being possible to do. We do have some materials, and we do have wire snippers or for wire. So it's possible we could bend that coat hanger to shape and use it for that reason. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. All right, great. Yeah, I see you there. Yeah, great. Exactly. You could be using it for glasses themselves. Let's say if I lost my glasses and I just happen to find it, at least now I can maybe see it a little bit better. I say maybe. It depends. Depends how strong these glasses are. Yes. Yeah. Wow. Not everyone has cheaters like you, Wes. Or 3x magnification. He probably already left, but. Hello, Finding Q. How's it going? Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Did you say inner wire hanger for spit? For spit over fire too? I'm not sure what you mean by that, puppy bear. I keep saying that, but you know what you know why. I'm not sure about that, puppy bear. Wire hanger first. Trying to understand that. I must be missing that context of that. All right, let's see what else is here. But yeah, great. Yeah, you're right. That'd be hard. Blow drill in damp conditions, very hard. It's hard enough or difficult as it is when you're actually trying to do it with stuff already pre-made or pre-done. A nice skateboard wheel that's a bearing block and all that stuff. And using like something like paracord. Is there stuff? It's gonna be more difficult. Hello, Lady T. Lady T survivals in the house with me. Hi. Oh yeah, LAP. There is gonna be a lot around because I'm going for like 5 or 6 hours for this. You heard it first. You're like, what? Sierra's going for this one. I'm like, I actually enjoy doing this actually, because I'm always getting the thinking. So when you see stuff, you're just like, hey, wait a second. I remember what Sierra in the side chat said in that combination mode time on Friday. I could try that out. I got these exact same items right now. Maybe. Okay. Thanks, Wes. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, okay. That's what Puck Bear meant. Okay. Let's see. Okay, great. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You can narrow your sighted to narrow your vision by looking through your hand. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea, right? Something I didn't really consider, but I guess yeah, I guess you could. Guess you could. Right. Okay, great. Okay. So let's see. I still have the items up on the board here. So I guess we got some cordage potentially to make some sort of shelter. Let's say in the forest area. We got tape, so we got cargo tape. So we actually for this round we actually got some of those 10Cs in there, cordage, cargo tape, maybe combustion in there. Honestly, we're not have cutting tool, of course. I guess the difficult part in this is gonna be like the water and the water. Food is maybe possible. Water is gonna be difficult for this. You know, it's very difficult. Now without finding something else or rock boiling or using stones to boil something like heating up the rocks and putting it into a container. Hmm. Let's see. What else is there? Wow, this one was actually more tricky than I thought. See, we even though we got some of these items in here, I feel like we're gonna be less effective with these items compared to the previous round. But this is why I go through this just to see, get your brain going on thinking what you can do. Yeah, yeah, that's the trick, right? I mean, not the trick, but that's the idea, right? Water is always hard. Yeah, you can find it, but is it safe? Yeah, that'd be a tricky part because this would be very hard with just only these items because we don't in this round we don't have a container, let alone metal or plastic or a baggies or whatever. So we can't even do any of those other previous things that I said in the previous round. Um, yeah, so tricky. So hopefully, if you only have these items, you'll be looking for a container or have a metal water bottle with you. Uh, all right. Let me just hide that comment here. All right. Yeah, okay, boys. Okay. Yeah, maybe a frog skin to boil the water could be possible. Now that's always not that's gonna be dependent on the area that the person's in or we're in. In the desert, maybe not, but you might be able to find something similar to that to do that. I know that's possible. It just depends on the area. Honestly, in an urban environment, you might have to find another container, like a can or something like that. But strictly with the items in this round, water would be difficult. Oh, okay, ADT, you're gonna do that. All right. The sports tape making as a container, yes, it is possible if you have enough of the tape. Great, that's another thing to consider. You're gonna have enough. You're gonna have enough of the tape. I mean, this amount is probably because you're not needed on both. Well, you're not at least needed on the inside of the container. The outside, you might be able to get away with something else, but you're definitely not needed on the inside of the container. So it does. I think it would depend how much tape you got. Usually, you could do virtually a lot of things with tape, cargo tape, but that just depends. The only limit is how much tape you have. Is it possible? Yes, I think it is possible. Wouldn't be pleasant, let's just say, but maybe doable. Take care, Cecilia. Hmm. For water jugs. Well, they probably use like what animal uh, from catching it, from hunting it and such, and from skinning it. The what? Not the stomach or something similar to that. So we stretched it along that into the more of the survival related bushcrafting type of things, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Well, actually, great. I've not done that, but I do know that it darkens up. Like, you can't do that for long periods of time, more than a few times before it kind of not not holding water anymore. And let me welcome in here because I have a special stage prop for this guy right here. Hold on. I'm picking it. Let me welcome into the tent here. Second star survival. See. I put this. I had this stage prop just for you, man. See, I'm thinking ahead. So yes, all right. I think that was a pretty good round actually. I think I almost think I'm learning a few things here and to remember and stuff like that. So another round of this. So another round of combination mode here with me. So 5 items again. Right back at you, man. Fist pump. So I need 5 items from the side chat. 1 from each channel / person. And this round is gonna be a special round. I'm actually gonna throw 1 additional item in personally. As soon as I find what I think might be useful. So while you guys are thinking about an item here, all right. See, now I have to get the stage props because that obviously Wes has something in mind. Don't worry, I'm coming back. I had to get 1 of the stage props just for you, Wes. All right. Well, you got all right. We got a shoehorn from Wes here. All right. Let's go with the cork lady tea. I don't think I have one nearby, but I think we all were aware of what a cork is. Okay. Great. I told you I'm prepared. Remember, preparedness is about being ready. I just happen to have one. This is why I only do this so often because I actually always have to bring in stuff for this. So you guys are seeing the items too, and just kind of seeing. You take a look at this XYZ item, this resource. It's like, what can you do with this? What kind of characteristics does it have? Is it waterproof? Can I hold something? Can I use it to make something else? Can I change it or morph it into something else? Kind of maybe fabricate it into something else if you have the tool, for example. So let me see here. So we got that. Let's see here. Also, I'm going to spell that one word with a CR in it, by the way. Oh yeah, great. Yeah. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it moving because the water's gonna start pulling that heat away from it, and you just want it to go moving around. So eventually, that water will heat up to a point where it's obviously pasteurized or even past the pasteurization point. Over that 60 Celsius, 160 Fahrenheit mark, at least. No, it's all good, Gray. It's all good. It's all good, Gray. You're just it's placeholder. It's placeholder while I'm waiting for a few more items here. So I got 3 items here. Great, Tammy. Oh. Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah. You guys can add an item in. And like I said, it doesn't really, well, not really matter what it is. Pencil. Could be a flashlight. Could be a headlamp. Could be, I don't know, my random coffee mug again. Oh, well, no, we already went for that, but a coffee bag. You could throw in a lighter if you really wanted to. So those items, and remember, yes, I got that puppy ref. I got that in there. I've already started to type out stuff. You'll see it once I actually finish typing it, and I'll pin it at the bottom and pin it on the screen so you guys can see it. So, all right. I can't believe I'm gonna go get this item. See what I do for my viewers, for my followers in this channel? I actually went and got one. Look, puppy. I actually got one. All right, I see you there, Sassy. We're just gonna see this, and I'm gonna put it away because this is used, but we're considering we found a new one, or it wasn't that bad. Wait, hold on. I gotta wash my hands off, Slate. All right, I'm coming back in the room here. I have to go wash my hands. Obviously. See what I do? I gotta. So just for you, puppy. That was for you. All right. Let's see here. So we got a bandana from Sassy Gal. All right. Since she didn't indicate a color, we're just gonna go with this green one right here. I got that off to the side. What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. Let me add that in. A dedicator. See, that's got CR in it. Right, puppy? All right, so I need at least one more item. So anyone that hasn't said one item yet, just say one item. First one I see on my screen. And like I said, this is a combination mode time with me. And this is like a kind of, we're going into the thinking ahead of what can you do with certain items, or what is possible to be done with certain items, and combine them in different ways using the tool that I usually say near after the items are sent, whatever it is. And like I said, the item could be anything. Really, it could be almost potentially anything. All right. All right. And remember what I said about adding a 6th item? I'm just gonna add these 2 items that I see on screen right now. So let's see. I got that on screen. Come on. Should be popping up on my. I think I do have that item. Oh, that cute. So these are the items. We have one bonus item for this round, just because I decided to. So we got here a shoehorn. So we're fortunate we got one of those longer shoehorns here. This just happens to have tape around it, but let's just say it was good. We got a shoehorn. Okay. We got a cork, which I don't have at the moment. All right. A toy brush, which I shown earlier, but we all know what it is, and we're considering it as new. Or gently used, or not used at all. All right. A bandana. Now, it has to get out and indicate the color in it. So we're going to pick up this green one. Bright green one. Just like spring, right? All right, so we got that. And we got S-hook here. These just pull something out of my pocket here. A clothespin. Well, you should have said so in the first place, huh? Okay, Tammy. Hold on. Let me. Okay, the tool of choice for this round here. We're gonna go a little bit more difficult in this round. Change it out from the multi-tool. Pair of full tank scissors, like a pair that I have right here. So this is our tool for this round, scissors. All right, now you guys can start saying what could you possibly do with these items on screen that you see on screen right here that I got pinned, and pair of full tank scissors. They're all metal. There's no plastic in it whatsoever. Aside from this little thing that I have right here, but I digress. All right, so now Tammy is considering a tourniquet. Okay, maybe it's possible as long as it's I think wider than 2 inches, I believe. I've never done that before, but I do know about the 2-inch thing. Is it possible? Maybe. It would. I think it depends on the person that has to use it. And we're assuming this is a what, 2 by 2 foot bandana. So let's see, what else do you guys got? That's cool, Lady T. So let's see here. Let's look at what can we do with this. Well, if you randomly had to evacuate suddenly or whatever, we got a shoehorn, so you can put on your shoes really fast and be ready to go. Now that I think about it, I guess this is why people keep shoehorns next to their doors and stuff like that. So that'd be a way of being ready too. Hi, how's the garden? From close in as. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're going there. We're using the cork as a bobber. Okay. Hopefully we can find some line or something like that for the fishing part. See, this is going to be a difficult part. If we're looking at in terms of like, usually the survival priorities, core body temperature, shelter, hydration, food, energy, and being able to maybe navigate or see stuff. This might be more tricky. But let's see what you guys can do. Or what I can do. Well, hey, Wes, you bring that up about the tying the hair back, right? Let me just take off my hat here. I know it's what isn't it supposed to be like something like this? You fold it in a triangle, then you go like this, something like that. So we got the head cover, form of shelter. Not like great shelter or clothing, but this is what we do have. Now a bandana. A bandana is considered a multi-purpose item or multi-use item. So now, if we had a container, which apparently we don't in this round, we could pre-filter water we do find. Now we still don't have to pasteurize it, boil it, disinfect it, and stuff like that. So hopefully you would have a means of doing that through either UV boiling, pasteurization, a water filter, or by chemical means like what's that called? Those water purification tablets. Well, I don't know about that. And Lady D, maybe to a certain degree. I think it depends on the material. If it's a metal one, maybe a little bit more effective. The one I have here is only plastic, so I don't know how much. Yeah, you're not getting an extra foot, but I'm not saying this is not useful for that, or it could be useful. What I'm saying is it's not that it wouldn't be useful, but if the material was better, if it was a metal one, maybe. And that's the way. Sometimes you gotta think outside the box a little. Okay, S hooks could be used to making S hooks could be used to making hair triggers for traps. Okay, I see that. That's because great that it's cold. I don't want to. I do. I know I'm not going through that process yet. I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly, Wes. Yeah, pre-filter. Yeah. Yeah, if you have the safety pins and stuff like that, yeah, I guess you could be using that to hang it. Now, depending. Now, remember what I said. We have scissors. Technically, we can cut this bandana. I'm not gonna actually do it, but I think we can all start understanding going through this process of doing it. That we can make strips to use as more simplistic or type of cordage without using those pins. Is it possible to make? I don't know. Could you actually make a bow drill using strips of bandana as your cordage for that? I don't know. Con's not that tough. You would have to. You probably would have to layer it up or twist it, reverse braid it, or something like that to increase the tensile strength. But there's a lot of things that you can do with bandana apparently that I'm thinking about. Yeah, the trail marker, right? Yeah, exactly. Beret 1107. Yeah, trail marker. We do have a bright one, so especially early spring and winter, this be more noticeable. A little less during the fall and summer, just because this is a natural type of color. If you were, let's say, stranded on the water or something like that, use it for signaling purposes because you're on the water. So green's probably gonna stand out a little bit, not as good as something like orange or a neon type of bright color, but this would stand out if you're in a boat, for example. You could be using this to indicate for signaling purposes. We do have, we do have that shoehorn. Now that I think about it, if we tie a couple strips, if I cut a couple strips, tie it off, or maybe even use those safety pins or whatever, let me go. This could be used for signaling. So, I never thought I would consider a shoehorn for signaling, but hey, maybe this is what you got in that boat. You lost your fishing poles or whatever, something happened, something like that. It's all good. Oh, great, yeah, that'd be tricky. A thread or well, yeah, you can make this into charcoal. I think if you don't make this into charcoal, you probably try to make a use out of it first. Because remember, let's say if I cut a strip for let's say, not signaling, but for cordage, I could always still take that and make it into charcoal instead of making it into charcoal right away. If that makes any sense. An arm sling, right? Lady T. Okay. So, I'm trying to remember how to do this. Hold on. Okay, it's been a while since I did this, and I'm doing this quite faster. Oh yeah, you're supposed to. Hold on a sec. You gotta fold in that diamond shape. Fold the top and the bottom corner, then you fold it half. So, something like that. Then you would tie this off. Now let's see. What did we have? So I can put the safety pin in there. Maybe. Can't tell, but maybe. That would depend too, I think, depending on the size of the person using it. Someone smaller or whatever might be able to do it a little bit easier. Someone a little bit bigger might have a little bit more trouble with it just because of the size. So sometimes what you can do with it just depends on your size. Some people can do with less just because they're physically smaller or shorter or whatever. Ah, yeah, there we go, Puppy Bear. She's putting in that toilet brush. I'm actually surprised no one's actually come up with anything for that toilet brush. Come on. We gotta start thinking outside the box more, right? We got the toilet brush here. Well, I guess if you got that toilet brush and you got an itch on your back, could it work? Yeah. Would I use it if it was only new? Yeah, we need it. Yeah, we would need more than this. Generally, for someone smaller or for someone younger, maybe that's possible. But I think for someone that's more grown up or larger frame or bigger hands, bigger, and all this muscles and longer arms and stuff like that, that's taller. Something like this as a sling may be more difficult or limited. Ah, okay, there we go. Now we're thinking outside the box a little. Okay, Tammy. Use the toilet brush could be used for scaling fish. Who knows? At least you'd be able to clean it per se, right? That could be possible. I don't know. I've never tried that. Now remember, we do have scissors in this, though. We're probably gonna be trying the scissors first, I think. But, I'll give you props, Tammy, for thinking outside the box on that one. Great. The toilet brush is using it as cordage. I don't know, because the length of those bristles are not that long. I don't know. That'd be tricky to try to join that together. And they're usually stiff, those bristles, so they're not as fine as like something you would use for shaving purposes or anything fine like hair or anything like that. Yeah, that'd be no. I don't know about that. What's up, Tennessee? Tennessee Tactical in the house with me? How's it going? Yeah. Wait. Toilet brush, back scratcher, dish scrubber, dismantle the materials to make a fishing lure. Okay. But we do have that S beam or S hook, so probably more likely to try to make a hook out of that and fishing lure out of the bristles from the toilet brush. So basically, now that I think about these items, are like all fishing related, because we haven't thought of any really much in the way of shelter besides this, pre-filtering or water besides pre-filtering. So if you actually had this if we hypothetically speaking, if I added in, let's say a tarp and a metal water container, we'd be even better in a better stance or a better position. I just realized that how this is all seems to be related to fishing a lot more. Yep. But and we do have something to signal with. And like I said, you can make a flag or something like that if you really had it. This is 2 by 2 feet, so generally it's gonna be noticeable, as you can tell. I have no idea. Great, 1107. Yeah, that bristles could be melted if they are nylon. It's possible. That remember. Let's assume we got no way of solar ignition. It's cloudy out, like it is today here for me. We got no lighter, no matches, no ferrocerium rod. As far as I know, none of these items you can get a spark off of. Because as far as I know, the safety pins, this S hook or S spinner, they're probably non-carbon steel. So you're not going to be able to, use it like a piece of flint or a quartz that you find like flint and steel. Probably not going to work. So fire is going to be one of those tricky things. The only thing still is bow drill, I guess, right? We do have scissors. These scissors are not carbon steel. So probably not going to get a spark off them. Just stainless. And like I said, you're probably not have to cut material strips. Now, luckily, we do have scissors, so it's actually going to be pretty straight. And hopefully reverse braided or make something cordage long enough and possibly strong enough to make it to use as a bow drill. Is it possible? Probably. Is it going to be difficult and very exhausting? Yeah, I've tried a bow drill before. I know it's exhausting, and I was using paracord and skateboard wheel as my bearing block and all this stuff, and I know how much effort that even took. So just imagine using less than ideal materials. So that'd be difficult for fire. Yeah, fire is the tricky part in this. It really is. I mean, like even if that shoehorn held up, I can use that as like maybe the bow part, but it's that cordage. That would be tricky. That would be tricky. Now, with that said, this material is cotton. Where's right? Cotton bandana. So we could be flaking this off, flaking a little pieces off, like in the corner or whatever, and using that as develop a tinder bundle. But it's getting that amber going because we got no sparks, no way to generate sparks or flame, and there's no chance for solar ignition because it's cloudy out. So that's out of the question, and we don't even have anything really that you could use for solar ignition in this. Yeah, probably not really. It's gonna be difficult. Yeah, if the handle from that toilet brush is wooden, but that's pretty rare now. More of them are gonna be plastic. So that was a difficult round, that's for sure. But you guys are definitely impressing me on thinking outside the box. Saying things that I didn't even really consider yet. And this is why I do it. So we can share these ideas and show that there's potential in all the resources around us. We just gotta think, how can we put these things together and make something especially useful out of it? Maybe not always not crafting, but more useful out of it, whatever it is. It's kind of how you might see the inside of my head and how I think when I see stuff. It's like, Sierra, do you want this? What is it? It's a bandana. I don't want any. I'm like, okay. Because I know what I could use this for. Take care. Lady T? Okay, great. So, thanks, Lady T. Appreciate it. So, as I fold this back up here, we're gonna go for another round here, because, like I said, I'm gonna be doing this for a lot longer than you guys think. You guys and gals think. I gotta fold this back and put this away now. So we'll go for another round of this. As I slowly try to fold this back up. I gotta actually fold this. I'm actually gonna clean up while I'm actually doing this. But another round. Next round. Another round of this. So one item from each channel out there. Another round. So one item from each channel out there. Well, I'm glad that you guys are having a TGIF. I know it's Friday, but thank goodness it's fun. Come on. I had to throw that up. But another round of this. So we got. I'll let you guys think about a few items while you guys hear me, and I got that 30-second delay and stuff like that. I gotta put this away. I actually gotta put this bandana away because it's actually part of the kit. Yeah, I gotta put it away. Yeah, okay. I guess Gray did not get the memo that it's TGIF. Thank goodness it's fun with CR here during combination mode. Like my segue right there. Alright, we got something from Wester. Oh. He threw in. West threw in a CR word. Props for that. No. I'm actually seeing if I actually have that one item randomly. Actually, I do, but I need to move stuff. So I do have. I actually technically do have something similar to that. Yeah, exactly. Puppy Bear, she knows. All right. Okay, so we get that ceramic tile spoon from Sassy Gal. All right. Wes is just looking around for random stuff. And this is the thing, though. I don't know what's going to appear on the screen. So I actually have to engage in thinking about it. So if it was just randomly these things came together and I had nothing else with me, really, to use, and no other tools except for the one tool stated, what could I do with this? And remember, most of us have more than 5 items laying around, right? So unless you're a minimalist and you're like 0.1 on the hoarding scale, where you have like virtually nothing in the room, most of us have items. All right, hold on, Sassy Gal. Don't worry. I went and found one. You know, if Uncle Al was here right now, he'd be like, "Yeah, I actually have one of these, Uncle Al." For the usual reason. So what you guys are thinking about? So I got 2 items right here. What you got for me, Tammy and Puppy Rick? I'm just loading up something real quick here. Sassy Kelsey. Woohoo! And for this round here, I am gonna be generous once again. I'm gonna add one more item in. Well, I'll probably have to anyways, but I'll add one more item in. Hey, great. Before you guys start with all the possibilities, let's see what we have to work with first. Let's see what do we have to work with. You know, we're assessing what we do have, inventory of what we do have. Because in certain situations, depending on what you have, you would inventory what you do have. Let's say you fell out of a raft or something like that. You're on the shore right now. You have your clothes on the back and a few items with you. That kind of. So you would do an assessment of what you do currently have, and make a plan or stop or slow down, think, observe, make a plan. And it can be, for example, if these were the items, could you be using them to help you get out of that situation or get help and such and such? It's all good, Gary. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Remember, this is fun. We're having fun, right? This is the idea. I don't mind so much if you guys jump ahead, but not. So we got a candle. All right. Tammy's got a candle right here. All right. I think we're starting to get somewhere. It is. I think I'm already thinking of things already. I'm already thinking ahead. As I try to. Wait. I have a representation of this candle. All right, I got a representation of it right here. Oh, like I said, I'm gonna add one item in, and let's try to choose a new item here. Great. Let's try to choose a new item. A different kind of item. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a pen, pencil. I don't know. We could go for a whistle if you wanted to, or and such. See, another reason why I'm going longer for this is we're gonna see if I can bring in something more specific into this. What's up, Harvey? So for anyone that's joining me right now, we're putting just name an item, Harvey. Doesn't mean have to be anything specific, but specific enough so we kind of get an idea of it. But the idea is we're gonna take these items. I'm gonna add one tool in, and there may be some additions or subtractions every round or whatever. But basically, we're gonna see what can you do with those items stated. I'll pin on the screen with this tool for that round. If that's all you had, what can you do with just those items? You know, we're just thinking. It's a thinking experiment, and just considering things, planning it. Just if those were the only items, for example. All right. We got the. I guess it would help if I could spell. Okay, so we got some alcohol prep pads in the foil packages. I don't think I am. I'm trying to see if I got one nearby. I usually use hand sanitizer a lot more, so. All right. Now I'm gonna throw in. It almost seems like we're going towards something specific. So I'm gonna throw in something in here just for this round, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And just say, let's just see here. Because this was just right here in front of me, we're just gonna throw in this. Wes, I was getting to that. Don't worry, Wes. I'm typing it down, so that's why I'm taking a little bit. And we're just gonna throw in. We just happened to find a container here, and we're gonna pretend this is full, but this is not. But this is actually from salsa. It's got a lid. Let's pretend this hasn't been opened. There's salsa inside. Hasn't been opened. The seal's still good until you break it and open it. So salsa with container. Now, yeah. All right, so we got those items up on the screen, and for the tool for this round here. And the tool for this round here is just a utility, break off utility type of cutting tool, like similar to something like this. So ones that you push up and stuff like that. So we don't have a full tang knife. We got nothing that's really full tang, nothing that's really heavy duty. No multi-tool for this round. So what can you guys do with that? So let's just think of the first thing. Well, you got salsa, so you ain't going hungry anytime soon. Per se, right? Yeah, I know it's gonna be hot, right? I just noticed it. I'm like, okay, so ceramic tile. Obviously, ceramic is harder than the steel off of this, so I can touch this up or something like that. Now these blades right here, let me pull something up. Now, this is not part of the items here. I'm just gonna mute myself. You don't see this. This is not part of the items here, but I just want to show this. I don't know if you saw that. I know I saw it. I know you can get sparks of something like this because these have uh, not a lot, but there is enough carbon in there, so you can actually, if you had something like found quartz, piece of flint in this hypothetical area or whatever, you could get a spark off of this, off the tool. This is not stainless steel. This is there's I wouldn't say high carbon, but there is enough. You could get sparks, so it's possible to get a fire from that. It's impossible. Okay. Exactly, sassy gals. Everything. First thing, it's like, oh, I got a spoon. I got a spoon to eat out of that salsa. Hopefully, you got one that's narrower than the one I have here, because this is one of the bigger sizes. This is actually came from salsa. Spoon doesn't actually fit. So if you were going to do that, you're going to need one of those longer spoons. And we're assuming it's metal in this case. You know, it's not a spork or a plastic or something. We're just assuming it's metal. So, you know, let's see. Let's go on. Yeah. So it is possible to get fire. Now, just because you got a spark doesn't mean you're actually not get fire, but we have something to move with, providing what you can find, or things you can find and stuff. Mm-hmm. Use the handle. Let's see what. Oh, see, I knew I forgot something. Sorry. I forgot to put the items back on the screen. Sorry, my bad. So let's see, what else do we got here? Now, if we could get even half a second of a flame randomly, we could use that candle as a flame extender or add some fuel to it. We got the alcohol prep pans. So we get a pen. Now a pen, that's not a pen too. I just said pen and depender. It'll depend on the kind of pen. If it's like this, or maybe it's one of those short ones. Maybe it's one of those tactical type of pens or an all metal type of pen. Okay, and that'd be a little bit. Those all have their own characteristics of what you could do possibly with that kind of stuff. Because obviously, you're probably going to be able to change the plastic version or use it a little bit easier than the metal one. But the metal one has its own characteristics because it's metal. You can maybe use it if you got that fire going. You got the sparks off of that carbon steel from this. Is it possible to get sparks off it? Yeah. And use that as like a bellows. Now it's only short, but might help. Might help. Might help. And the thing is, you're not, unless you destroy or damage the pen, you could still use it as a pen after. So you're reusing it, but it's not a single use type of reusing because you haven't actually damaged it. You could still put the pen back together and use it to write if you had to. Excuse me. Now, I was also thinking that salsa container. Remember, a lot of these can have packaging and a label. Let's just say I don't have the label on this one, but if I had the label, we do have a pen. So you can pull off that label, use it like a piece of paper. For example, if you want to leave a note, make a rough estimate or rough drawing of terrain that you can see from the top or whatever, leave a note and something like that. So that could be possible. That's more of literally outside the box thinking because we're thinking outside the container. I'm not even thinking the inside the container right now. Okay, Tammy. Yeah. Okay. If we're using the ceramic like a heat sink, if it's Sanyo, we're assuming it's Sanyo. Or you could get a fire going. You can melt it and melt that wax and make a fire starter out of it. Okay. That's something you do have. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, great. The spring can be used as a hook. Okay. If it's one of those pens that have the spring. I don't. Not all these pens have springs. Sometimes they have that little mechanism that locks in. And there's no spring, or the spring is very, very small. So this would depend on the pen. So that's why I'm adding these kind of little tidbits in there. So let's see, what else could we do with this? So let's just think about priorities of survival. Shelter or cover? Well, we're gonna have to use what's available on the landscape, whatever it is, because honestly, we don't have any cordage or any true type of cover. I'm not saying you can't make it out. I don't know if I want to use that salsa container to make plastic yarn out of. I mean, plastic yarn or cordage. Probably not. I would try not to, because that's the only container we have now. In terms of staying warm, if we could get that fire going in, we could potentially dry out some of our stuff, keep warm with, especially if it's cooler or colder out. That container. Well, we do have a container. We could get water out of it. That salsa, I don't know where we're gonna put the salsa though. After. And again, that water that we do find, we still have to disinfect it, purify it. So I don't want to boil in that container. That'd be a last resort. That would definitely be a last resort. So it looks like this. We got tools and maybe fire covered in this, but the real shelter, or passive shelter elements. Yeah, nope. Quite hard with this. I mean, we only have a little blade like this. I'm pretty sure we're not batoning anything with this. With this. You know, we don't even have a fixed blade or anything, a larger type of cutting tool. Okay, Wes. I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in for this combination mode with me. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. So, we're gonna. I think for this next round, since I have less people in here right now, let me hide that from over here. I'll take a short 2-minute not an intermission, but a very short break from the rounds for a moment, and say that when I'm creating in general, or see something out there, I look at things like, what could I use that for? So, you know, I see a lot of things out there. Oh, and by the way, there may be a video later to go with their video I put out today. But you can fly by and check that one out. See my segue in there? Yes. Well, great. You know, I know shelter's available in places, but you have to build it or do work with it. It's not. You'll use a lot more energy compared to if you had a tent or a tarp with you, or even a garbage bag, or a couple garbage bags. All right, thanks, puppy. Appreciate you dropping in. Appreciate everyone dropping in. Because sometimes when I'm going outside and just take a look at something, you know, even that spoon from that last example here, I know people mix like what are those called? Fishing lures out of these. What's that? Or a fishing spoon out of this. Now, I'll say it's probably one that's narrower or more like a egg shape. And this is probably way too big as a fishing lure. It would probably go. It's a little heavy, but without specialty tools like a drill and stuff like that to punch a hole and do all this other stuff, that last round we're not gonna be making it that. But if you're at home, you had some spare spoons and you have tools, you might be able to make something like that. All right, Tammy. All right. That's also considered to be used as a water calculator, then empty with a piece of cloth from your clothing and thread drop or dough. I think one of the two words. I'm trying to understand that. That's either thread drop or thread dough, or I don't know, something like that. So I'm gonna put the spoon away. I'll be oh, thread from the strip of it. Oh yeah. Okay. I gotta put the spoon away. So, for this next round here, which will start in about a few minutes here, I brought some more things in here. Now, yeah, I got you, Tammy. Since I only have few people in here, that's all right. I'm gonna actually, for this round here, yeah, I get you, Tammy. For this round, for the people that are in here right now, another round of this. Since I have less people in here and I can try this out, each person in here that's still in here gets to choose 2 items this time. 2 items. So we're gonna double our chances, hopefully. or quadruple our chances. Or anyway, so they're around. So 2 items from each channel. And I'm gonna go get another tool here for us to use for this round here. Hopefully. And apparently I gotta put all the stuff away before I have like a big mess of stuff after the stream. It's like, oh, I must have went long in combination mode because I have a lot of things laying around because I had to show this, a toy brush, all the stuff that I have laying around now. Yeah, so what do you guys think about that? I know, I see you, Vanessa Kitty. I see you. I see you. Hi, Vanessa Kitty. You taking off, Gray? All right. I'll catch you later, Gray. Looks like you're taking off. What's up, GP? So this round, you guys get to choose 2 items here, and try to say something a little bit different, right? Something we haven't used yet, or different from other people if you can. And we're gonna take those items from who's here right now, and we're gonna actually, with the tool that I pick for this round, which I'm gonna think about while I put this away, and we're gonna see what can you do with only those items and that tool. What can you make out of it that's either useful, crafty, or can help you in a survival type of situation? So what do you guys think about that? Think about that. I'm gonna put this away because I gotta put this away because I have to. All right. So 2 items from the side chat right now. Now you could be anything. Like I said, it could be a pen. Well, not a pen because we just used that the last round, but a pencil. You want to give something more specific, like a lighter. We could go with survival gear. That's fine. You know, you want to throw in a ferrocerium rod. Okay. That's your choice. But the idea is, it's not really what the items are, it's what you can do with these items. This is the emphasis I'm going to give for this. It's what you can do with the items. Because in certain situations, you might not always have what you need on you. It's just the way it is. You either don't have access to it, lost it, it dropped, it fell out, you don't have it. So you got to make do with what you do have to get what you do need. If that makes any sense. So what you guys are thinking about that? Remember, if you haven't already, for everyone checking this out on my replay and stuff like that, I do appreciate everyone dropping in. Give me up a thumbs up. Especially if you enjoy this TGIF time with me. Thank goodness it's Friday. No, thank goodness it's fun. It just happens to be Friday. Well, at least in the North America. It's probably already Saturday somewhere around the world. So I'm waiting for an item. Baron prepping. Vanessa Kitty. I know you're still in here, Tammy. I'm not sure if Gray's still in here. No, yours is still in here. All right. Oh, Sassy Gal still in the house with us. It could be that jar of beans. I mean, not jar of beans, but this can of beans. All right, great. That's your item. Okay. All right, Vanessa. I hear you. I'm listening. I mean, well, actually, I'm looking. What am I saying? All right. So, Gray's, we're gonna go with that empty later. Gray. All right. So, an empty later from Gray here. All right. Don't worry, I got. Wait. Hold on, Gray. let's think of the. Let's zone of assessment. Let's assess what items we do have. I'm just waiting for the items. They haven't appeared yet. But yes, I'll get to all that, Gray. Gray's just getting excited for this. Gray's like, I gotta say something to CR right now. I can't hold it back. So what do you guys have? That's okay, Gray. So I'm gonna throw in an item here because you guys are not participating. But we're gonna throw in something in here. We're gonna throw in a wind-up radio, wind-up solar radio. You know, as well, I can't turn it on because I'll get copyright. But you know, broad. Let's say NOAA radio, AM, FM. You know, let's just say we were lucky. We were lucky in this situation. It's got USB out, and we just happened to be smart, and it was in with a baggie with the charging cable. So I will put that down. So a solar radio light. It's got USB. We get the USB cable, and it's in a baggie. Hey, GP, you're supposed to add an item here. We're supposed to add items here. Hold on a second. All right. Now we're getting here. Let's see. That's awesome, Vanessa Kitty. I just read what you just wrote in there. That's very cool. See? Vanessa Kitty's creating while she's experimenting what we could be creating or making. Okay. So we got an empty pill bottle and a paper clip from Sassy Gal, which I am putting. Empty pill bottle and paper clip. you want to throw that in, Vanessa Kitty, as your item? Like I said, usually most of my rounds are with one item, but this round you guys get to choose two items. Like I said, so it's like how I went with something a little bit more complex. So I believe Vanessa and Garden Prepping, you guys get to choose an item here. I know you guys are here. I know you guys are listening. I know you guys can hear me. Getting called out by CR here. Just kidding. Oh, GP. Okay. Sorry. Let me reintroduce again. This is combination mode, where the side chat gets to choose one item each, usually in each round. I choose the multi-tool. I choose the tool, and using those items, only the items stated, and the tool, what can you do with those and put it together in different ways? You don't have to use all the items. You can use very few items. But what can you do? What is possible with that? I'd say possible. You know, I'm not gonna be making a rocket ship. Probably not. You know, but maybe that container can help you boil water, or that container could be used for gathering water if there's one available in the list. Maybe there's shortage. You know, you're looking at these items in terms of any of these items help me in survival related things, or maybe help you prepare something, or you know, maybe it's being useful. Like you know, oh hey, I found a nail. I can put it on this two pieces of board I have and make a stand out of it. hypothetically speaking. That's awesome, Gray. That's awesome. It's all good, Vanessa Kitty. I just misunderstood you. No, GB, you guys are deciding. I have no idea what the items are. The only reason I just threw one in for this round. You guys can pick the items. That's cool, Vanessa Kitty. You know what? I'm gonna add some of those items in just because. And I'm throwing that for Vanessa Kitty. 2 needles and some thread. And we'll just say it's one of those metal bobbins. There's not a lot of thread, but there is some. That might be 30 feet. Maybe 50 at most. But something like that. So I need one more in there from someone. GP, this is your cue to jump in on that. So just 2 items, GP. It doesn't even really matter what it is. We don't have to be like, oh, it doesn't have to be anything specific like ferrocerium rod or something like that. Maybe you want to say half a match, half a paper match. I don't know, something like that. You know, the idea is just the thinking of it. You know, just get your mind thinking kind of how we can put some of these resources together. Could it help us? All right. So we got. All right. Yeah, we'll cut it at there. All right, I got the items up on the screen right now, and of course I got stage props. You know that. I just have to reach them and hopefully not like drop everything and make a big noise here. Hold on, I'm working on this. I do have a cup nearby. See, I do have a cup nearby. All right, so those items right there. Now, while you guys think about that, what can you do without the tools? But I'm gonna throw in here for this round here. Since I get it out here, I'm gonna throw in, because we're going for 2 here, and to make the round a little bit easier for this round, I am gonna throw in for this round here. This is the rebar that I have. So this is gonna be the multi-tool of choice. This is actually the rebar I have. I've had this for a while. And we're gonna throw in a little piece of a hacksaw blade right there. So these tools right here, and the items stated on pinned or shown in on the side chat and on screen right now. What can you do with this stuff? So if you're thinking of the survivalism part or preparedness part, I guess you want to feel safe, feel warm or cool, depending where you are. Hold on. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. Being online also means I get phone calls still. That's why it's in our room and I can hear it. Anyways. Oh, okay, GP. That's enough items. The idea is now we got the items. So taking a hacksaw blade I have a Leatherman multi-tool here. This is actually the rebar here. So this has got file, a saw, pliers, cutting tool, a can opener, a bottle opener, you know, this Phillips head, flathead. We got empty lighter here, which I'm going to represent with here's an empty lighter here. So there's no fuel in there. And just to show that there's no fuel in here. Well, nope, there's no fuel in here. So it's not cracked or anything like that, but there's no fuel left in there, or it's not enough to get a flame. You know, we're trying out this. Here's a tip right here. I'm pressing that opening. I'm plugging it up. Maybe could we get a flame out of this one? Nope. So no flame from that lighter, so it's empty. I'll get to the sunshine in a sec. And we got solar radio light. USB, it's got USB out. We got the USB cable and it's in a baggie. Let's say a sandwich baggie, for example. And we got an empty pill bottle. Most of us know what a pill bottle is. Paper clip. We'll just be generous. It's not a very small paper clip. It's one of the medium-sized ones. We got randomly 2 needles, sewing needles, and some thread. And let's just say this. Oh, and we got Gorilla Tape and a metal cup. all right. Compared to the other brands, I think we're we're living in wealthy right now. all right. Let's see what the side shot says first. Okay. From those items and the tools provided for this round, what can you do with it? All right, now start. Now you guys can start. I'm listening. All right, reading it. All right. That's awesome, Vanessa. Okay, you got one. You got okay. Cool, Vanessa. Pill bottle, hold water, and hold dry tinder. Yeah, okay. We got that little baggie from the lineup radio. We could use that as a container too. See, that pill bottle is probably not going to be enough of a container, at least for something like water. So I probably would go with the baggie just because it stores more. We got an empty lighter, and with that empty lighter, we do have sparks. So as long as we can find tinder or something usable, increase the surface area on it, we could get something out of that. Now, we do have, in this case, a multi-tool that has scissors. That has a saw, file, cutting tool, and the pliers, and can opener, such. So we could, depending on the material that we're wearing, you could get some fluff out of that, maybe spark it up, especially if you couldn't find anything usable or better in this case, like cattail fluff, the fluffy white top. I know Poplar has this white fluffy white top. Dandelions have that fluffy white stuff too. It's a flash tinder, so it's not a go up mass. So hopefully you have something else to go with that, like feather stick. We do have a cutting tool. We're using we have a multi tool for this round. So we have a cutting tool. So if you have the skill to make feather sticks and they're good enough, you could probably get that to work. All right. We got now, considering that this is sewing thread, Tammy, maybe it's possible. Now, this is going to take a while to braid that, but you could braid that to increase the tensile strength. Now, it's not shorten it, obviously, but because let's just assume you only have one paper clip. You might want to consider that, just so, because you're putting a lot on the line there. See what I did there? A lot on the line for the tensile strength for thread. And we're considering it's just normal sewing thread. It's not an inner strand of parachute type cordage, or let's say an inner strand of like tarred bank line or something like that has good tensile strength. It's not even mason line. It's not even mason line. But yeah. Pill bottle for a bobber? Okay. So what do we got here? So it seems like the fire should be fairly straightforward. We have options for fishing if there's water nearby or something similar. Now, here's a see. I know GP. You said a compass right there. Actually, now that I think about it, we got a sewing needle. And remember, these. Now I can't turn this on because I'm gonna get copyright straight. But there's a speaker. This has a speaker on it. So if there was a way to magnetize that sewing needle without breaking the solar wind up crank style has an antenna on it radio, you might be able to magnetize it. It'd be tricky without actually breaking open the radio, but something to consider. Or at least I would try to consider that. Okay. So yeah, so let's see here. Now that USB cable, depending how it is, right? If it's to charge your phone and you have your phone, that's one thing. But it's just to charge the unit. You may want to cannibalize it and use it, especially if it's, let's just say it's one of those longer, better cables that has like an outer sheath around it. So you possibly use that as cordage too for shelter making. Wouldn't be ideal, of course. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting, we got the grill tape. Even at half a roll, we could probably use that for shelter making, for sure. And of course, we got that metal cup. So if we can find water that's clear enough, and we know that most of the contamination in it is biological, we can boil it. Especially if we can get that fire started with that dead later. Maybe use grill tape as a flame extender, something like that. Yeah, exactly. That's good. Yeah. Pill bottle, delta tape, make the fish and bobber. Okay. Yeah. Well, that could be possible, sassy gal. Maybe using that film caster. See, I'm not saying how old I am. But that pill bottle to put like the grubs in, for example, that you do find. That's interesting. Actually, that is interesting. Because I guess you could use, if you found pine sap or something in an area, if that was available in this hypothetical area that we're in this situation, you only had these items. I guess you could put the pine sap into that pill container. Okay. You guys are definitely intriguing me with all these ideas. You guys are awesome. All right, GP. Okay, Vanessa. Cool. You guys gave me a lot of ideas. I have a lot of ideas for the side chat to consider. Like I said, I do have the side chat as a replay, so the side chat will be read or seen. All right, let's see. It almost seems like we're pretty generous in this round. If you had these items, you could probably get by for a few days at least, providing you weren't hurt or injured or something like that. Oh, speak of that, if you had blisters, we got tape. It's not moleskin or something similar to that, but we do have Gorilla Tape. So, form of cargo tape, 1 to 10 Cs. It almost seems like we got a lot of the 10 Cs in here. Now that I think about it, not quite a compass, but something that's possible. Let's say see this? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. And this radio right here has an antenna. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we got a multi-tool for this round. So the screw that's holding it in, the Phillips, I can undo that. It's not like other rounds. If I only had scissors, it'd be very difficult to unscrew this with a pair of scissors. But we got a multi-tool. So, and I'm pretty sure it would, yeah, it would work. It would work. It would work. So, if you had one of these and was screwed in there, you could remove this and maybe make this into a bellows, depending if you felt like doing that. And of course, it's not. Obviously, it's got a light on, and obviously, you know, these kind of things that you see with wind-up radios, flashlights. You know, you're not. I mean, nothing to whine about, but. Also, it's got that light on there and stuff like that. So, you know, we'll be able to see at night if it got dark. Signaling at nighttime if that was necessary. Hey, Bob. Bob 942 is in the house with me. How's it going, man? Let's see. No coat to coat and made from sparks from a wire, a dry brush and sticks. Yeah. Now you're thinking. Yeah. Good. All right, Vanessa Kitty. I think that would be a secondary option. Just because if you weren't too careful or too certain about that. Like I said, we're fortunate enough for this round here that we actually have, for example, an empty lighter, and we just happen to have one that has sparks. So we're fortunate enough to have that. We're fortunate enough to have that in this situation. And this hypothetical situation. Oh, look who's in. It's Val. Hi, Valerie. It's Val. Wait. We put a V for, not victory, but for Val. V-A. L. It's nice to see you, Val. Tell Steve I say hi. Give him a virtual fist bump from CR here. And of course, GP bomb. Yeah, all the guys out there, you guys get a virtual fist bump for me. Oh, did you, Vanessa Kitty? You opened one up? Okay. I know sometimes I'm gonna go on a tangent here about talking about that. Sometimes I've actually seen the stuff open just because it's broken or whatever, or trying to fix it or whatever. So it gives me a better understanding of what's inside this gear components that go inside the electronics and all that stuff. So, you know, that's how I know there's a magnet inside. There's a in that solar hand crank, dynamo, kinetic charge, radio, and all this other stuff. I know, so it's got a light and all this stuff. Whew. All right. So because Bomb and Valerie just came in here, I know the rest of you are caught up on what I'm doing here, and I appreciate everyone dropping in right now. Thanks. So this is combination mode. And I think, Bomb, you'll start to understand why I have this. And they're like, oh, this makes sense. And Val, well, you know how much I like to make stuff and create. So basically, let me just hide that real quick. Basically, in this type of live stream, my audience, the Sun Chat, generally gets to say one item per channel. It virtually doesn't matter what the item is. I don't, we don't have to be very specific, and it's like we're not have. But I generally say no tools, but because I usually add them. But you can, it could be. I know Val, you like to go fishing. You could add in a fishing rod. I know, Bomb. There, let's say Bob's adding a random piece of metal. Yeah, we're just see, and we're not trying to put stuff like that together. That was a hypothetical, for example, thing, right? For example, we're taking that fishing pole, and somehow we managed to get this piece of metal. We're gonna create something useful out of it and get something like some sort of, oh, hey, I can put my fishing pole in this, or I can make it weight it down, or something like that. Thinking like that. I hope that explains it for both Valerie, and Bob. All right, all right, GP. Yeah, I see that. I see what you meant there on that previous round. I don't know. I don't know the tin on it. I don't see if we only had a water. If this was our only container or it's a metal one. I don't know if we're gonna use that for that. I think we would try maybe the handle. Maybe the handle we could afford to use the handle because we still have the container. But oh yeah, I'll give you props for that, GP. I'll give you props for that. I don't know how we're gonna get this handle off without destroying the container too much, but I digress. Anyways, next round. See, GP and a lot of you guys and gals out there, there's things I've tried before, but I'm like, uh, there's like one specific thing though. I need a lot more of the material to actually make it work. It's like, I can make a container out of tape or duct tape or Gorilla tape, which we could have done in the last one, but we didn't need to because we have a metal water container. Now we could have actually made a container to store the water in. We pasteurize it or boil it in that metal container and make a tape container to hold that clean water. So next round for this, another round of this. You guys getting excited? I know I am. I know I'm getting excited because I randomly have a lot of things out right now. Like literally, and like I said, these items that you guys choose, don't feel pressured. Maybe even it's the first thing that pops in your head. It doesn't per se really matter what it is. The challenge is sometimes I think we can understand a lot of us out there in the survivalism preparedness community and such, and people that just know about this stuff. I think we can understand something like a lighter and stuff like that. But sometimes it's this air stuff that goes with this air, and we only have these things together, and we're like, what can we actually do with this? Or it gets you thinking in a new or different way where you're just like, oh, wait a second, I didn't think it like that. Or I should have considered that. It could be an option, for example. uh, uh, well, Vanessa Kitty, no. I was not saying something about the naked and afraid. I was not saying something funny. I don't want to embarrass myself. Well, Gary, GP, it doesn't per se have to be for survival or emergency situation. It could be an everyday use that you're just like, hey, I got a nail here. I can put this on this board. Now I can hang something off of it. That kind of, it's still useful, but it's not related. It's not specifically a survival emergency type of need. If that makes any sense. So something we're trying to make it useful, something to help us. I know some of us that do crafting or something like that. Maybe it's something to make a jig out of to do something. So the idea is to make it as useful as possible. So you guys get to choose. And like I said, It could be anything. You guys want to go for backpack randomly? Okay. You know, I mean, there we go. Val's on the board with a pillowcase. All right. All right, we got a pillowcase. Pillowcase. We got another item from the side chat. Do we have another item from the side chat? I can't do that auctioneer thing. All right, we got a pillowcase. AP2E. So we got a pillowcase in here right now. And like I said earlier, I always forget how, because I don't do this specific combination mode a lot, but where the side chat gets to say one item, it differs depending on the round. We have one tool, which I say after the items have been said, and what can you do with those items and that tool to make something useful, help you in a survival situation, help you in an emergency, and such. And you're thinking, you're seeing the resources like that popsicle stick. I can use that for gardening. I can use that as tinder. I can use that to make a finger splint, for example. And I'm not even, I thought it had nearby, but you know what a popsicle stick is. All right, we got fishing line. All right. I just want to be more specific here. Oh, okay. See. Now we're steering in the right direction. I'm not even driving where this is going. Remember, you guys are picking it. Because, let's say you were in a raft, you had survival items or whatever, some gear with you. It flips, you're going down the river, you managed to be able to get to shore, and a couple of the items came to shore with you, or you still had. You don't know what items per se you would have. Now, you don't know prepare to ensure that you have the core things on you. But it could be that you got the lighter, but no fire starter, for example, just because the way that happened. Or I got the saw. I got the saw, but no, I don't know how the fixed blade fell, for example. So we got a steering wheel and electrical tape, which actually, hold on, I do have it. I'm trying not to make like a mess. Let me just see what I mean. I'm trying not to knock things because I have my tripod out. But yes, let me just get a few things here just to show that I do have some of these items. Oh, electrical tape. Oh, by the way, this is the one I found, so I'm just saying. Maybe I can find a use for it now. Anyways, okay, let's keep going here. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3. I need one more. I need at least one more item from a different person on the side chat right now. I'm trying, trying to be. I like how GP's going with this. He's trying to toss in a monkey wrench into the situation. Using what you got, it might actually come to this. I don't know a situation that you would only have these items, but all right. You want to throw? Okay. Unless I get something else here, I might consider what P2E just said. Even though he added another one in, but we'll see. Because I got yeah. I know, Bob, you're still with. I know you're around, Bob. I see you all. I see you. I see you all. I see you all right now. Not only do I see you all, I appreciate all the loving support here. See? See? Stage props. Alright. I'm not considered the razor blade from P2E. Alright, no more items for this round. We are gonna hypothetically create with these items. What can you do with these items, which I will post very shortly here. There we go. Now, for the tool of choice for this round, we are gonna pick something a little bit different here. All right, the tool for this round here is nail clippers. So we got nail clippers for this round as the tool. So we're limited on the tool. It's not a fixed blade. It's not a saw. It's not, something you would consider as a survival tool. But this is what we got. Nail clippers. With nail clippers as your tool for this round, with pillowcase, fishing line, which I'm indicate as monofilament, a steering wheel, electrical tape, and razor blade. Where can you steer these items into? So considering how I would see this personally, I see, okay, we get a pillowcase, okay, so could be useful as a container. Maybe some cover options in there, maybe. Maybe you're making improvised gloves, I don't know, or mitts. Fishing line, so if you could make a hook or get something to make as a hook, get a grub or something along the lines of that. Maybe you could make and we got tape there and a razor blade, so you could make something like a improvised fishing reel if you had to. All right, Tammy. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible to do that. Okay. Let's see. The steering wheel. See, that's gonna be a tricky part. Let's just say you actually had this, and actually it's a steering wheel. It's not a steering wheel cover, but an actual steering wheel. How can you use that? I see, because I don't know about you guys and folks out there. I've never dismantled the steering wheel before, so I'm trying to think what materials are in there. Because I know there's plastic. There's got to be some metals in there, right? And let's just say it's the wheel, the 3 spokes, and maybe a little bit right here. Steering wheel. I'm actually trying to think. I mean, obviously it's heavy enough, so you probably use it as you could also as to sink your fishing line down. Pillowcase. I guess you could, if you did fish, you managed to catch a fish, you could put the fish in it. It's possible. You might be able to braid fishing line. I've done this before with monofilament. It takes a long time though, for what it is. But we do have electrical tape, so you could make some sort of cordage with that, some sort of line with that. Obviously, that's a CR word. Okay. I see what you mean there, Tammy. Okay. Use the case to wrap the steering wheel for fishing net downstream. Might be possible. I think it would depend on the material and such, but it could be possible. Especially if you can keep the pillowcase open, so the opening would be wide enough so the fish could come through, yet not know how to get back up, for example. So let's consider, let's see here. We got, not the best tool, I guess, right? We only got a razor blade and nail clippers. That's a tool for this. I guess the steering wheel, I don't know. You probably could do something with that, but who knows, right? I don't know a situation where you would only have these items, but that'd be very difficult. But let's see here. Pillowcase. Now, this pillowcase, I just consider color. I always consider color too because sometimes for signaling or to blend in or something like that. But in a survival or emergency situation, you may not want it to stay hidden all the time. So let's just say this pillowcase is white or has a nice bright pattern on it or something like that. We got a razor blade, so we could cut the two longer sides. Yeah, two of the longer sides. Well, it probably doesn't really matter, but two of the three sides expanded out. Now we got a fishing line, so we could tie that on to a stick that we might be able to find. Use the steering wheel to weigh it down, so we can have some sort of flag for emergency signaling. Oh! I just thought of something. That pillowcase. Let's just say if it's a brighter color. Now we're considering that electrical tape is going to be black. Now electrical tape does come in red, so it'll be a little bit different. But mark on the pillowcase that we just split open, SOS or help or something like that. So people would. It'd be a visual indicator and actually say something too, because we got electrical tape. So we can mark that, or let's just say with triangles, free triangles are free of something, an SOS or something like that. So it would be similar to something I've shown before, right? But imagine this was the pillowcase, and the SOS was the electrical tape. You see what I mean? All right, Bob. Huh. I almost feel like I just came up with something with all the items. I'll give you guys bonus points if you can use almost all 80 or 90 or all the items to make something. See, this is the kind of outside the box thinking that I enjoy doing. This is why this is TGIF. Thank goodness it's fun. I mean, Friday here with CR here in this combination time and combining things together and seeing what you could do with it. Yeah, I know, right, GP? But sometimes you got to work with what you do have. Consider everything as a potential resource to help you in the situation. Hey, Tammy, I just thought of that. I was like, oh yeah, that could actually work. That could actually work. That could actually help you out. Ostliner, what's up, man? Crank over a log, which means the rope and bucket are on. Yeah, that's that monofilament. Even if we had high tensile strength monofilament line, I was just thinking already. It's just like, can you actually set it up in a way so you can actually roll that steering wheel like a pulley? I don't know. Hey, I've never dismantled the steering wheel and actually reused it for something else besides the steering wheel, or for something that's artistic or crafting like. So. I don't know, Val. Has anyone actually dismantled the steering wheel and actually pulling all the components apart? Because I know there is some metal in there, but is it enough? And can you actually remove that with just nail clippers and a razor blade? In this example, if we had like some sort of multi-tool, it would have been maybe possible. A lot more possible, like it has a saw on it. But with just razor blade and nail clippers, can you actually break that down enough to use the components in it? And remember, we you don't we unless you can get a bow drill, friction fire going, something like that. We don't have access to fire. Now, I will say one thing though, because that's a razor blade. A razor blade. Now let's just say maybe something similar to this here. So I know I know it's possible. Let me just see here. I'm gonna mute myself for a sec. Again with the stone flint. Hold on. See, I just tried it with one I had. I'm like trying to get sparks off it. I guess if it is a high enough carbon content in the steel, you might be able to get a spark off of that. You know, if you found something like quartz or something that's harder than steel, like flint or something like that. So that's a possibility, but it depends. It depends. I can get a spark off of that one. So, I mean, I guess that's one thing I would try. Oh, like a hand line. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, it's okay. Okay, I got you there. Gotcha. You can use the pillowcase hang in the branches for a shower cleaning things. Okay, okay. See, Tammy's now thinking like an everyday or a home use. You know. Okay, okay, okay. Now I'm gonna say something right here because actually I've seen this before and it's probably very common. But during Halloween time, pillowcases were used as for trick or treating time. Pillowcases. Hmm. Now that I think about it here, just imagine going trick or treat. Well, okay, not without the last item, but with history. Like, oh, what you could say. Here's my here's my pillowcase as a trick or treat bag, right? Never mind. Forget what I said. But in terms of that pillowcase, I've seen people use that as for trick or treating, like candy door to door and such. Uh, so let's see here. What can we? What else can we think about now that I think about it? Yeah. So it's possible to get fire. Shelters. Depends on the situation or location. Water, we can pre-filter it, but we don't actually have a container unless we can do something with these materials. Now we have cordage, obviously. I think we got fishing line, electrical tape, so we can tie things together, connect things together. So if we can find branches and stuff like that, enough of them, you probably could set up some sort of impromptu survival shelter, bush craft something up. Probably possible. It would take energy though, because it's not as convenient as or a less energy requirement. It has more energy requirement than compared to like a tent or a tarp, because you don't have to make walls and all this other stuff on the landscape. Yeah, yeah. We're assuming now that depends on the material too, right? I mean, you probably could get some X to work better, some X to work, but obviously if it's cotton wool or something, well, that wool's not gonna work. But I've never heard of a wool pillowcase. Usually they're either synthetic or cotton. So if you have cotton, yeah, that's probably gonna be doable. The synthetic, Well, dry wood's not 100% natural either. It still burns. It takes a spark. Or I should say, takes sparks. Oh yeah, okay. You're not used to the steering wheel to drive your entertainment, right? You'll be like, I can see GP. I don't know what to do. I better keep occupied in this situation. Why is GP honking his horn that horn? It's the morale boosting things. I'm like, okay. At least he's trying to keep occupied, right? Trying to improve on his situation. Tammy, I'm almost thinking. Let's just say you dressed up like some. Let's say you dressed up like some construction worker or something like, and your trick or treat bag had a pillowcase that's layered with all this electrical tape. I don't know. All right, so food is possible, water, a little less, shelter, yeah, possible, probably possible. Signaling, maybe, depending. Daytime signaling only, or during the day. Nighttime, unless we can get a spark or something that, because I don't think any of these items are reflective, and I don't think that razor blade's gonna be reflective enough. To be honest, I'm Moscow. I know, you know what this is. All right, Osminder, I'll be here for a while actually, because I'm doing combination mode for a longer period of time for this stream. See, I'm not even halfway done. It's like, what? It's not even halfway done. And I think I'm on round 4 or 5 of this, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just concerning things and stuff like that. So, while I get a refill of coffee here, very shortly here, I want everyone, if you enjoy what you're seeing right now, and enjoy this kind of fun activity that I like to do. Well, I shouldn't say I like to do. I just do it instinctively when I see items, the potential of items. And you guys can understand in a game, a nice fun game, how I think in here all the time. This is how can I put this together? How can I use this battery? Is it possible to reuse it? Is it possible to not only reuse it, can I use it more than once? Or is it going to be a single time reuse? Or is it going to be a way of something I can reuse for a long periods of time, over and over again? Whew. And like I said, it could be anything. Here's something here's a handle for something with no item. Maybe it's that pill. I know we went through a pill bottle and some bottles and a container and stuff like that. So, wow, all right. All right. We're gonna have a special twist on this round. The next round here, hear me out before you guys start typing, is the next round, one item each from each channel, but we're gonna add very specific thing in here. It needs to be available right now, as purchased, without splashing paint over it or whatever. It has to be available in the color red. So next round here, like I said, one item, it must be available in the color red when bought or found. So for example here, let me pin that on the screen here. For example, you're probably like, oh, so I can take this piece of metal that has rust on it because there's got red because that's the way I found it. Yeah. It could be this red LED light. Right? It could be red paracord. It could be red bungee exercise resistant cables. Could be a red lighter. Could be a red handle ferrocerium rod. Could be a red bottle. It could be a pop bottle that has a red top on it, for example. So, yeah. Yes, I see that, GP. I see that. So what you guys are thinking about that? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time here because I actually need to take a little coffee break. I need to refill here because I'm going for long periods of time on the stream. So that's why I'm gonna do this right here on this part of the channel stream right here. And besides, I probably have to pick up more stage props. I probably have to pick up more stage props here anyway. So while you guys are thinking about that, remember, it just has to be available, bond, or found in red or available. I give you guys options out there, so those would work. I would consider that. All right. While you guys are thinking about that, where's my thing here? While you guys are thinking about that, I appreciate everyone dropping in. And, well, check this out. Did you like that? I'll explain that one a little later, maybe in a different live stream or later in the stream. So, you guys think about that. I'm going to give you guys 90 seconds here while I get a refill. Oh, okay. I'm starting to see some things in here. I'm still waiting for a couple more items from the side chat here. I got something from Tammy and from Valerie right now. Yeah, Spiral Notebooks available in red. Okay. GP, that reminds me of the yellow one that I saw when I was growing up. By the way, I'm just saying. Just see. Hold on, I gotta go get the coffee. I forgot to bring the coffee. I was rushing back in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta come back in. Let's see what everyone said. I forgot the coffee. I know. You guys are like, facepalm. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. CR is back here. Oh, and I actually got a red tool for this. I actually went and got a red tool for this. You probably know what it is, but you'll see in a moment here. It'll kind of go with the theme of everything else that's been said at times. And yes, I do have the coffee. So I got 3 items. Whew. I had to run back up. So, because I have less people in the chat, I will add a few items in here. Which include a red pencil crayon. Well, looks like we found something else red here, which I will actually, hold on, I'm just trying to find it here. A t-shirt. Red t-shirt. Now, this shirt is 50-50. All right, the items are going to be up on the screen right about now. All right, so those items right here. And here's a red Victorinox Swiss Army type of knife, multi-tool. So this is a more simplistic one. I think this is the Spartan. So it's got 2 blades on it. It's got the can opener. It's got the flathead screwdriver. It's got a corkscrew, and it's also got an awl on it. And don't forget, this is Spartan. It's got those items. So using this Swiss Army knife right here, that's red, and this red bungee cable, and this red spiral notebook, and this red plastic chair, and this red pencil crayon, and this red extra large shirt that's 50% cotton and 50% polyester. And I almost think I read that too fast. What can you do with all these red items? What can you do with all these red items here? So, while you guys are thinking about that, I'm gonna think about, okay, let's see here. On the survival preparedness side, We got something to tie with. There's tinder. We do have a cutting tool. But yeah, and we get tired. Remember, tired has red in it. We have a plastic chair to sit on. Take a break. Yes. Red Swiss Army knife. Yes, I know. An extra large shirt, so we can use that for extra cover shelter elements, mostly clothing related, if necessary. So and probably charcoal, is that the question? Probably, because I don't think you can't do that. Not with a 50-50 blend. Another thing I was thinking of with that is, I was thinking, because Val put in that red spiral notebook, and I was just thinking to myself, if you really wanted to, I'm not saying if, maybe you're putting up, how a calendar flips down and all that stuff. Maybe you're using that for notes or something like that, and hanging it with that bungee cable. I'm not saying making a calendar, but maybe it's a to-do list, and you're just like, okay, to-do list. But the lines would be vertical instead of horizontal, unless you've got a spiral notebook that has grid lines. But you can make that work. And we got a pencil crown. We got a red pencil crown, so we can actually draw or write with that on that piece of paper. So we actually use those two items together, like per se how they are meant to be used. And we got a chair. Oh, look, I can be artistic. And also I can make notes with that and stuff like that. And the extra large t-shirt, since it's red. Now, red is one of those colors it's not the stand out, but it's not going to be very, hidden or subdued. I don't know. Signaling, maybe. Maybe. It depends on the contrast of the background for this red. Valerie, I was thinking about that I have used that stuff before in different spirals from other things before. It depends. I know I've tried it before, but yeah, I usually use it for single use. We're using it for single use, just to get one more thing out of it. See, I don't know if that's gonna be suitable enough for trap making, just because it's got a lot of kinks in it because the way that it's already spiraled. It's not really. Well, it's not that strong, anyways. Yeah, exactly, Valerie. Yeah. The paper could be used as a fire starter, right? If need be. If need be. I'm almost thinking like a bird's nest or a Tinder bundle using the. I don't see. I don't know if Bungie's gonna be that great for her making bow drill, just because it flexes, it stretches. I don't know. All right. If you okay, Tang. Okay. She's using two at times. Let's say you did have branches nearby. You did make a shelter. Used the bungee cord to fashion a door with the t-shirt as a doorway. Okay. That's interesting. And I guess we do have Swiss Army knife, so we do have cutting tool. Not heavy duty or nothing like a fixed blade or an axe or something like that, but we could still do something with it. That plastic chair. See these plastic chairs. As far now, sometimes it really just depends on what you've seen as a plastic chair out there. I know for me, I've seen ones that are hollow on the inside. Like you can throw them in pool or a lake or whatever, and they would float because they have a certain degree of buoyancy. So considering that, if I stretch that from that, with that Swiss Army knife, may be possible to make containers out of it from the feet because they'll be round. So you could be able to get a container out of that if that red kid's plastic chair or something like that was hollow. Just has the frame, but it's hollow on the inside. And especially if it floats. So you might be able to get a container out of that. It might help, actually. I was also thinking, if you actually broke one of those chairs, let's just say somewhere, you might be able to use one of those legs and make it as a cup to put the pencil crayons into that you have beside your notebook. That's a way of reusing it a little bit more. Put the bungee cable around it as a decoration thing. So that's a little bit more on the crafty day-to-day or artistic side, a little less on the survival or preparedness side, but it's doable. It could be possible even with only, sorry, let me come close, with only that Swiss Army knife too. Oh yeah, there we go, Val. It's possible to do that. I don't know. I see. It's been so long since I've seen that. See, I've seen a yellow chair. I'm thinking of that, but red. Although I've never seen it red. But assuming we're going through that right there, yeah, it's possible. It might be the material might be hard enough. Now, actually, you would have to do it and to see if it actually did work. Because I don't know if it's too soft enough. It's got to be rigid enough and probably thick enough. One of my previous videos, I've shown something, but that's in a yellow type of color. That's like a trowel. I think you're thinking like that. But it could be useful for gardening purposes. If you're to reuse something like that. Oh, okay. If you're gonna do that, Val, you can maybe make a little handle for it using that spiral notebook. Now, remember what I said. This, if I can get out, this Swiss Army knife actually has all on it. So that plastic, I can drill very small holes in it, thread the metal from the spiral notebook around it, and secure a handle or make something like a handle or a grab handle or a loop in there. Hopefully that makes sense. Plastic loop. There's holes in the plastic, and I'm using that metal to lash it together. That's interesting. Yeah, see, we got Tinder. We definitely got the Tinder part. Now, see, that con and polyester 50-50 blend, sure. We can do, remembering from people that came in earlier about the bandana, we can cut that into strips along the bottom and possibly, I say possibly, use that to make cordage, some sort of line to make a bow drill, to make friction fire, to make and stuff like that. Is it ideal? No. Of course it's not ideal. I hope no one actually has to do that because that'll probably be very exhausting and you may not succeed in that. But could it be possible? Maybe if things were going in the right direction, you had dry wood and stuff like that, maybe something has a good bearing block, and you might be able to get that going. Maybe. I don't know. See, Tammy. As far as I know, these Swiss Army knives do not have carbon steel in them. They're usually made from like 440 steel. There's usually not enough high carbon content in these, as far as I realize. I've never seen anyone use these to make sparks. Now, I do know which is not included in this because I don't have it here. They do have these corkscrews. They do make these little ferrocerium rods that you can get in here, but that's an add-on. That's not a stock item from the Swiss Army knife. So now, for anyone that's seen what I'm wearing right here, that is possible too, by the way. With this shirt, I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. Especially if it's an extra large shirt. So, if you guys ever see that video later on, you'll be like, oh, yes, you mentioned that in that live stream. Okay. Bungee cord and shirt tied, t-shirt tied from the branches for storage. Oh yeah, as a container. Yeah. I guess you can make that into a container because I've seen that in the crafting community, in some other communities out there that use the shirt, cut strips along the bottom of it, tied it up. That's a no-sew way of making a bag. So yes, you can get a container of it. You're not gonna get a watertight container. It's not gonna be able to hold water, but it's a container though. And you could take something like that. Let's just say, you don't want to be using plastic bags or something like that. You could do something with that right now. It's probably not that difficult, especially if you got shirts laying around and something like that. And instead of buying that new, it's like this new reusable bag that you gotta use like 10 times to make it worth it. Or you could take a shirt. There's a logo on their side. That's what I'm not showing. You can take the shirt, cut strips along the bottom of it, cut the sleeves off, use that kind of this area as a handle, and you seal out the bottom by little strips, and you tie it together. That's an no-sew way of doing it. And you probably could do it with these items. Probably. Although it'd probably be easier with scissors, but I know you could do it. So let's see here. What else do we have here? Bungee cable. So containers. Seems like we could actually do it as some sort of both the combustion and any cover or cordage options are a little bit not ideal. We don't. I mean, yeah, we have this Swiss Army knife, but with only those items, I mean, yeah, we sort of got a container. That pencil crayon. Because I've seen things done with pencils before. I don't know. I don't know if they work with color pencils though. Usually people use normal pencils for them. Okay. We're not using a normal pencil. We're using a pencil crayon, a red one. So it's not this, but it's a red pencil crayon, which I have, but I'm not digging it out for this. So let's see here. What else is possible with something like this? This is pretty tricky. I mean, that brand, you might be able to get. See, it's hard to kind of signal. You would need something else in there, because red on red on red, that's gonna hide a lot of stuff. You're not gonna have contrast like what you see on screen and contrast with the background. So signaling may be harder. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but a little bit more tricky. You might have to use everything on the landscape or in the area. See that? See, bungee cable. See, I know when you guys look at bungee cable. For anyone that's seen bungee cable, seen it without the hooks and stuff like that, or if you buy by the foot or meter or something like that, you'll see that usually it has an outer sheath, similar, well, similar but not the same like paracord. On the inside, there's rubber band like strands, and those rubber band type strands are usually white, as far as I know. So you could be using that on that shirt, make an improvised signaling device with red and white. I don't know, probably not ideal. It'd take a little bit of time. Use the spiral to hold it down, because remember we have something that we could thread with, but we don't have anything like a needle. We only have an awl. So that's all we got to work with. Yes. Well, the thing is about the white paper Valerie is because it's gonna be able to handle the environment. Let's just say if it was today here, where it's like windy out, not sunny, chance of showers, chance of rain, that paper might not handle the long-term environmental effects of the weather out there. If we're looking at if that was the situation. I mean, I'm not saying don't leave a note or something like that, but yeah, that is tricky though. That's tricky, that's for sure. Maybe a small trap. You can. Tell me, I don't know. You might be able to straighten it out. Maybe. I don't know. There might be a memory effect from that spiral that you might not be aware of until you actually do it. I'm not saying it's impossible or not possible, but I also know it's not a guarantee. And that would vary too. That would vary depending on the spiral and stuff like that. What? Good for you to consider outside the box a little. Consider that as an option. And I want to make this very clear here before I continue here that I'm not saying only go out with these items randomly. No. I want you guys to be ready, right? Bring what you think is necessary for your adventures and your outings outside day to day and such and such. This combination mode is to it's like a fun type of way to exercise your mind on how you could put different things together if you really had to. And considering, it's not just a notebook I see. I see metals, a metal wire in here. I see paper in here. That pencil crayon. It's not just a writing instrument. I see it as there's some wood in there. If I can get it off, I can have a Swiss Army knife so I can make shavings or wood shavings if I needed to. Obviously, I can use that paper for tinder. Let's see. So, yeah, and I can use that shirt to pre-filter, right? Pre-filter the water into that container that I made from the red plastic chair, assuming that it's hollow on the inside and it can float. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go for one more round here. I'm think this. Yeah, I'll go a little bit longer. I don't know. I was hoping to see more people, but that's all good. That's all good. So another round of this. That is very entertaining. So another round of this. So one item. On each channel out there. And let's see. Let's pick a color. I'll pick another color in there. because spring's coming soon here, we're gonna pick the color green. So they're around one item each for each channel. So the color is gonna be green or earth tone type of colors in here. So greens, browns. We're gonna go along the lines of that, and maybe lime. Not too much on the yellow end, but that green, brown, and the spectrum of the color wheel, and something like that. So it's up on the bottom right there. Take care, Val. So another round of this here. So green or earth tones like browns and something like that. So what do you guys think about that? I gotta remember to put away a few things beforehand because so I actually have them. And find something that's brown off a tool. Which I think I actually do have. Hold on. I have to go get it here. I do have the tool for this round. So brown, mostly browns or greens. I mean, it's okay if there's a hint of like silver or yellow or red, but the majority of the color is greens or earth tone type of colors, as much as possible. So, what do you guys think about that? I'm gonna go return one of my tools back. So it could be any item here. It just has to be green or an earth tone type of color here. Since I don't have that many people in, I will add a few items in. But I do need something from the side chat though. So I do have one item up on the screen. Wow, on my screen right now. I have typed it out. So you guys just gotta come up with something, and I think I have. I do have the tool for this option, so it's already in my hands. And while you guys are thinking about that, remember that combination mode is a fun kind of exercise to kind of see what you could try to create. And taking random stuff and seeing what you could make out of it isn't even possible in the first place. Or you need a lot more material, or is the material not be suitable enough? So hopefully you can consider this as a way to test your mind. So, and like I said, think outside the box. Maybe outside that green box too. And you guys want to say green box? That's all good. Or something like that. While you guys are thinking about that, apparently I need to check out on a few things here. And let me pop up my side chat back up. So while I'm waiting here, okay, I got a few people in here. Put it on the screen here. That's for next round. For this round right here. Okay. All right. I just have to check on a few things while I'm at this. So this, since my watch is dropping, like a green stone, I think this might be the last round I go for at least for now. So, but I do appreciate you all dropping in. Some of my mods out there, some people I haven't seen drop by in a while, and some other people that gave their encouragement. Right, with CR. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And apparently I need to pop back up the side chat here. So what will happen is that I might just go to at the most the top of the hour right now. So I do appreciate everyone that dropped in. I saw some new, like I said, I saw some new people. Well, Sassy Gal came by. Some other people that I've seen around. I appreciate that they dropped in for this. And remember that there's going to be more. Just stay tuned for it, right? You might get a notification directly from me where I directly notify you of it way in advance. I guess I'm wearing earth tones. So, while you guys are, well, I'm just kick it for this last little bit of here. There's something I made here before, like this. Yeah, good. I need to add a few more things in here. There's a few other things I need to add in here. I need to correct it. Oh, come on. Hold on a sec. I really hate when I do this. Hold on. Of course, now. All right, now I can. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I didn't mean to highlight that. I zoomed in and I'm trying to zoom back out. Anyways, I appreciate everyone coming in. No, Van City, getting prepping. Vanessa, Kitty, Saskiel prepping. Puppy, Tammy, Val, Bob, Auslander, and some other people out there. Honey Keto, and some other people out there that came by. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys all coming by. And remember, stay tuned for that next stream from me. It might be sooner than you think. And if you enjoy what you saw in this combination mode, enjoy this fun TGIF activity with me. Hit me on a big thumbs up. And it's time for my 1 minute outro, 1 minute timer here. So I'll be dashing off in another minute here. I appreciate you all dropping by. now I just got to remember to put all the stuff back away here. And I hope this gives you guys and gals out there, people out there watching this, if you watched all the way to this part right here, or you're listening right now, I hope this gives you an idea what I think about when I see items, when I see the potential of items. You know, not everything is always going to be usable right off the bat. Not everything is just going to be like, oh, it's not useful without this. But sometimes when you start putting things together, a new possibility is available because you start combining the materials together in a certain way, or using materials that are made from XYZ item, whatever it is. Doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be tech or technical, more electronical type of things. Like, oh, here's this Bluetooth headset. Right? What I see is neodymium rare earth magnets. Just to name a few things right there off the bat. Because they got magnets in it. And that's why I'm attracted to doing stuff like this. See how I put this in? Yes, exactly, Harry. It helps for everyone to have input for this kind of input. See, the thing is, I can only do this as a live stream. I cannot do this as a premiere, and I need to actually set up time for this. Because obviously, people like to see things, not just hear about them too much, right? So I actually need to be at home doing this, and or have items available to kind of get the gist of what you see, or what when I see this. Now when I'm looking, after the stream, people are gonna be like, "Hey, Cedar, how was your stream?" I'll be like, first thing is, no, I'm thinking of reusing a toilet brush. They're like, what? I'll be like, yeah, that's a CR thing idea, and stuff like that. And some of these things, you get to see what I think about some of these items. So, like always, appreciate it. Thanks, Tammy, for sticking around. I appreciate it. You want and I almost forgot who also came by. Second star. Just for you, man. Virtual fist bump out from me. And like always, everyone. Let's like turn off the camera there. With our world changing, we can adapt too. Your skill and knowledge can get better with practice. You can't help everyone out there, but one can help someone out there. And until the next video for me and live stream, it's peace out from the one known as CR. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.